Thanks to everything I've learned from you, I've actually been able to start building a career for myself as a social media consultant.
Very nice.
And just helping, mainly artists and creative companies with their social media strategy. And I've been trying to transition into not just be the only person kind of in my business and building a smaller agency around it in the same way that not in the same way, but so that I'm not the only person essentially doing the work. And what I'm really struggling on is finding the right inflection point and the moment where I can kind of jump ahead to scale to have a second person, because I'm having a really hard time making two people's salary on one person's time, even with the fact that I'm working 12, 14-hour days to get all this going to the place it needs to go.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a resource game. If you don't have the money to be able to afford the second person, let me give you a good piece of advice. First of all, amass more money than you think, because any curveball, anything, everybody wants to get to scale way too soon. It's only predicated on your finances. It's a chicken and egg game, but everybody wants to get to that second person and start scaling, and they do it way too early, and they create more vulnerability. People don't realize once you have that second person, you're managing somebody else, and that drains resources as well. So I would tell you to think in marathon terms. How old's your business? Like, how long have you been trying to do this?
I've been trying to transition for about a year and a half now, but I've been freelancing for 3 or 4 years.
So, I mean, look, it just comes down to one of two decisions. Either you save up enough money and you have the resources to do it and still have your lifestyle, or have you audited your lifestyle? Like, where do you live?
I live at home, so I dropped
Love
out of
you,
college.
love you.
Yeah.
That's the perfect answer.
To do my business and write and everything, so I really don't have many expenses. I stopped traveling. The only thing, I'll eat out occasionally.
So here's your next move. Charge more.
Yeah.
Raise everything. Raise your freelance, raise your social media agency's fees. Charge more.
Do you think it makes sense to charge ahead of the person, or is that just kind of unfair to charge ahead for a process that would involve a second person?
I think that you need to hustle. So I think the answer is, I think you need to deliver on what you charge people, but let's remember that the time is subjective. Like, what if I today said, screw VaynerMedia and I'm gonna become a consultant? I have a funny feeling that my hourly fee is more than yours. So you're thinking about it too binary. You're thinking about it multiple people, 80 hours. Why don't you just charge double for your hours?
Right. Yeah, I think that'll help, because the problem that I'm having is essentially what'll happen is I'll go out, sell a lot, get a lot of clients, and then I'll be stuck fulfilling those clients and unable to have the time to keep selling.
You're not charging enough.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
And so just one more. So one of those issues, mainly what I consult on, is story strategy and kind of branding strategy, and helping companies and artists communicate their story and what makes them different to their audience on the different social platforms. I've been wanting to move into actually social management. You obviously have way more experience in doing that, and I know that it's a lot more work. Do you think there's a certain point where that'll make more sense at a certain number of employees? Because I know me alone, that would probably eat up even more of the time and not give me its value.
Yeah, I don't think you can go down that route of putting out content and doing community management until you have more infrastructure, because that's much more timely. The fact that you're stretched in on something that is as lofty and theoretical and floaty as brand strategy means that you're very far away from the scale that you'll need for actual execution. You're selling ideas right now and conversations. When you have to sell output, it becomes a much more difficult game.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
You got it, brother.
Seriously, I'm 23, and you've completely changed my life in the last 4 years that I've been following you, reading all your books.
And real quick, for everybody, how so? When you say I've changed your life, has it been more about the practicality? Like, what is the value prop?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you a really specific example. My biggest problem was always discipline, right? School was always super easy for me.
Right.
So I was a little kind of not engaged with it until I got to college and had to work super hard, and I started putting 80, 100-hour weeks. But that was really tough because I was trying to balance so much. And then after I dropped out, I had no more structure. So I really never had any discipline. It was something I had to come by all by myself. And work ethic was always the thing I thought I was worst at, which is a really bad thing to be bad at, as much as I am driven on the stuff that I really care about. But this year, after spending a lot of time consuming your content over the last year or so, for the last 5 weeks, I'll say, I've just been in it nonstop. And I think that work ethic I've been able to develop has been completely from watching you and the amount that you're just relentlessly going at it. And so I've been able to build my discipline, build my work ethic, and just be in it every single day, making the most out of every day, and actually getting work done rather than saying, oh, I can do it tomorrow. Seizing like even a moment if somebody's late, I'll just get some work done really quickly between things.
You basically,
not, waiting for blocks.
You basically just did the commercial for GaryVee. It's the single reason I did GaryVee, to eliminate any doubt of the insanity it actually takes. I appreciate it, brother. I'm gonna move on. Have a great day.
Yeah, no worries.